In business today, three things to know. First, a bruised McDonald's cooks up a turnaround recipe. Is it one that shareholders will stomach? Then, Fiorina is in. The former CEO of Hewlett-Packard will seek the Republican nomination for president. So will neurosurgeon Ben Carson. How these two big-name non-politicians could shake up the race. And Arise News wins an Emmy for its special on the Harlem Globetrotters. We'll speak with the son of one of its top players about how star African-American players were treated so unfairly and how far the game has come. Arise Xchange starts now. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Schmertz. We'll have the business news of the day in a moment. But first, one of the men believed to be responsible for a Texas shooting may have ties to ISIS. On Monday morning in Garland, Texas, two men opened fire at a controversial event that featured cartoons of the Muslim prophet Muhammad. Rise News correspondent Akhtar Khan brings us now up to date. Good afternoon, Akhtar.
Thanks very much indeed, Andrew. Well, what we know so far from the FBI is that Elton Simpson is the man identified as the links with ISIS, and his roommate Nadir Sofi was just named by the FBI in the last hour or so. But let's just go back to Simpson. Simpson had links to ISIS. He tweeted that he was going to carry out the attack on the center here at on Sunday night at Garland in Texas, and he also had, if you like, the links that he tweeted about go back quite some time, because he does have form in terms of conviction for terrorism charges as back as 2007. But apparently then the judge said that the authorities failed to see there was any connection, that he was going to abscond to Somalia to join another terrorist organization. So he was given probation, but he was on the FBI terror watch list. And we do know from that, though, obviously, he and his roommate, as I said, was Nadir Sofi, both carried out the attacks, both men now dead.
Okay, Akhtar, you'll have complete coverage a little bit later on Arise America at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. This week is full of economic numbers on the U.S. economy. On Tuesday, we get the trade report. On Wednesday, mortgage applications will give us a heads up about the housing market. And on Friday, the big jobs report for April. Ahead of all this, the markets did move higher. Let's take a look at the final numbers. The Dow finished the day up 46 points to 18,070.40. The S&P 500 up 6 and change, and the NASDAQ up a fraction of a percent. Some of the top stocks we're watching today: AMC Networks, the cable channel behind the hit series The Walking Dead, reported quarterly income that rose to $121 million. The company says an increase in advertising sales and affiliate fees pushed its revenue higher. AMC up nearly 4 points. Cablevision managed to report a boost in revenue despite a big drop in its subscribers. The company says that about 28,000 video subscribers were lost in the first quarter. That's more than the 14,000 that it lost a year earlier. This is a big deal for all cable companies as they are concerned about people cutting the cord and going elsewhere. Cablevision, CVC, up just a nickel. And less than 2 weeks after the deal with Time Warner Cable was put to bed, well, it was actually killed, Comcast reported a profit of just over $2 billion, or 81 cents a share, up from $1.87 billion, or 71 cents a year earlier. Comcast up 37 cents. And a look at commodities: gold up $13.50, oil down 21 cents. New orders for U.S. factory goods recorded its biggest increase in 8 months in March. The Commerce Department says new orders rose by 2.1% over a higher demand for transportation equipment. The woman who once ran Hewlett-Packard wants to run the United States. Carly Fiorina says she will seek the Republican nomination. Two big names joined the race this weekend: Fiorina and neurosurgeon Ben Carson. Fiorina is arguing that the nation needs a business leader and not a politician. John Burnett, strategic advisor to the Republican Party of New York State, joins us now. And welcome to Arise News. Great to have you here, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. But we've heard this argument before. I'm a business leader. I know how to run a country. We've heard that certainly from Romney. Why is she in a better position than he was?
Well, she has a proven track record. She started off as a secretary, so she can connect with people. I mean, there's a lot of people that wish they would actually get an opportunity like she had in terms of entry-level position and work her way up in a 15-year period to run the top 50, one of the top 50 companies in the U.S.
She has a track record, but that track record at HP was very mixed. She eventually got booted from the job. She said she didn't fire enough people fast enough, is one of her famous quotes. But she did is credited with turning around the company, which was on the verge of collapse.
Absolutely. She doubled top-line revenues during her tenure. Cash flows quadrupled, which had a corresponding positive effect on the growth rate, which also quadrupled. So that she has a stellar record in terms of return for shareholders. Anyone that has a vision that requires change leadership, making tough decisions, is not going to be received well. But let's not forget her track record. She's done extremely well for HP. In fact, during her tenure, they registered on average 11 new patents per day. So that's innovation. And America needs innovation. America needs jobs. America needs to get back on track.
Yeah, what does this mean for Hillary Clinton, for example? I mean, can we see a woman versus woman presidential race?
That's likely. We'll see what happens.
Do you like Carly's chances here, by the way?
Absolutely. In fact, the thing is, we should not be looking to hire the most popular person. We should look at what the person brings to the table. Again, Carly brings a record of proven business results. And in fact, when we look at our debt rating in the U.S., it increased 80%. I think she has the financial wherewithal. The business acumen to make sure that we can get America back on track.
But the hit's going to be she has no foreign policy experience. She has no legislative experience. She has no experience in government, and that the presidency is not an entry-level job.
Well, I think when you look at it, when you look at Hillary's record, she was a senator for 8 years. She didn't pass one piece of legislation. And when we look at the fact of her foreign policy experience, she went on a grand tour to raise money for her own foundation. So I don't call that experience either. So when you look at a person that has proven results, I think Carly, as well as the other people that's in the race on the GOP side, have a fair chance.
Where does she fit in as far as the party's overall philosophy on social issues, business issues, et cetera? Is she going to be an alternative to some of the social conservatives?
I think she's definitely put her faith out there. She's a strong Christian. She comes from a strong Christian background. In fact, her husband Frank actually experienced a tough tragedy within their household, losing their daughter to breast cancer. So she definitely understands a lot of social issues and a lot of things that people need, everyday working people need. So I think she'll make a connection.
Okay. John Burnett, thank you so
Great,
much.
thank
We'll
you.
have you back on as this election unfolds.
Appreciate it.
Fascinating.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Coming up, a new jobs initiative from the president and how major U.S. companies are bringing jobs home from overseas. You're watching Arise Xchange.